Alright, let's get this thing started. What's up, everybody? FaceDisgrace here. I am finally back. I had some problems with not being able to record, but I got a new PC, which actually can record video. My friend drove all the way up here, about a 2.5 hour drive, to come and help me put it together. Picked out the parts, went above and beyond, dude. You know who you are. You're stinking awesome. But finally, I'm able to get back in and record again for you guys. Sorry about the lack of post. I've been busy, really busy. I had some job interviews and got that stuff going, so I think things are finally coming together, and I'm finally able to record again, so I'm really excited. Anyway, I figured, what better way to begin again than with the beginner's guide? So this is a game by the same guy that did the Stanley Parable, one of the same guys that did the Stanley Parable. From what I understand, it's kind of meta. It's another indie sort of walking tour as the Stanley Parable was. So I'm just going to get right into it, and we'll see how it goes from there. So starting off with a very white screen. My audio is on. Definitely is on. Standard controls. Nothing new there. Let's get into this.
Hi there. Thank
Hello.
you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
Well, you're welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
And while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
So this is a true story.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff.
That sounds
and
deep, bro.
his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make.
Well, that's good, at least.
Just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counterstrike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level.
It's the color
of
the sky.
It destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator.
Well, maybe
it's
it's
like
a desert town being invaded by
constructed by a real person.
Psychic
and it
aliens.
Makes you wonder, what was
not
going
gonna let
through
me
his
talk,
head
is
as he
he?
was building this? This is
like
what I
green?
like about all of Coda's games.
I like green.
Not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves.
I can't
want
run.
to get to know who this human being really is.
Okay.
And that's exactly
weird.
what we're going to do.
That's almost creepy.
So,
I'm going to jump on
it's
this.
2008. Coda starts making
I was in
these
8th
games,
grade.
and he never releases any of them.
Or 9th grade.
He doesn't put them onto the internet. He just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
Can I jump
And I
up
think
here?
he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made.
But, you know, practice
until
makes
suddenly
perfect.
One day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
Huh.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again.
Okay.
And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction.
Guy put out his real
Let's take
email.
a look at Coda's first proper
Unless this
game.
is fake email, I could
As
never
each
know.
game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
I had just started 9th grade. What a time to be alive. I was young and full of hope in life. I was not trapped in a white prison of horror. Well, I mean, my high school was mainly white, so maybe I was. Whatever, you know? Ooh, hey, look. I got a gun. Am I supposed to go that way? What about this? Does this door open?
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Am I supposed to shoot this thing? The gun doesn't really make any noise. Oh, I can't go through that way. So I gotta go this way, I guess. Oh, this game, you know what this game reminds me of? Shoot, I can't think. It's like a 3D shooter from back in the mid-90s, and you played as a spaceship, and you kind of like flew around, and you shot things. There was like hyper beam and shields, and I can't remember what it was called, but I remember I was really, really bad at it. I was not very good at games back then. All right, it's kind of dark. Gonna walk through here. Oh, okay, we got a security. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Hostile alien life forms. Let's go.
Mid-development.
Was it?
For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
I don't
but
know
then
what
clearly
there.
there are no enemies anywhere.
It's a glass.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Really? I'm gonna test that right now.
We don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are.
Channel logo.
Rather than for what
it doesn't
they're not.
show.
Enemy force neutralized.
No, I can't reload. He wasn't lying. We're in space. I'm in space. The bottom of the what do you know? The bottom of the universe is white, grayish, nothing square. Is that like a picture of the Milky Way that he just like stretched out or something? I don't know. Let's go over here. It's kind of interesting being able to see a game before it's completed. At least you got like cool sound effects and stuff. All right, here we go. We're in a maze?
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it.
A labyrinth. Okay, my bad.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, okay. Can I go back? What happens if I go back? Is he gonna get mad at me?
Or if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Nah, I'm good. Let's just go. Doop.
Okay, this is the part that's
Whisper machine
interesting.
status active.
The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay, so this is the Whisper machine I gotta turn off?
Hey, you there.
Shouldn't you be whispering? Shouldn't you be whispering?
That beam
Who are you?
is powering the Whisper machine.
How do you see me?
By introducing a great enough heat signature.
I did not ask for this.
Your body could stop the beam.
Yeah?
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it?
What, you want me to kill myself? No, what? No, don't make, this is not my problem, okay? We're all gonna die. Are we all gonna die if I don't do this? That looks scary. I don't want to do that. They're gonna make me kill myself. I've got to do
this
a
is
noble...
not a branching point. Unfortunately, the only option is to step into the beam.
Oh, well, thanks. Alright, well... I guess, here goes. I'm gonna go save myself for humanity. Or kill myself, not save myself, to save humanity! Huzzah! I am dead.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Oh, so it's not what he actually programmed?
And plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Does it just... Instead of dying, you just go back on an infinite loop. Okay, so it's like PT, but way earlier, and because of a bug. I can dig it. Hey, whoa, this... Oh, okay, I guess it's not an infinite loop. It's a... I believe I can fly.
The beam causes you to start floating.
Well...
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it.
Well, why would you have that there?
How small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse.
Well, the stars
I
are
don't
pretty.
even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions.
Oh, okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Sounds good. Let's go. All right. Well, actually, I think that is a good stopping point for this first episode. That's the beginner's guide. I gotta say, I'm intrigued. I kind of want to play more and see what happens. What did this guy do? What the actual point of this game is, and where it takes me. What we can find out about this guy through his game development. It's interesting. I've never played a game like this. Yeah, if you guys like this, feel free to leave a like below. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. Leave some comments telling me why you liked it, why you didn't like it. Feel free to share this with your friends. Subscribe maybe if you haven't already. That helps me out a ton. You can look forward to more of this game. I'm also going to be starting a playthrough of the game called Fury, and I got a couple funny video ideas in the vein of my E3 videos that I got cooking in my head, so you can look forward to those as well. Guys, I am FaceDisgrace, and I hope you have a great one. Peace out.